Wait, who are you again?
It's a good question.
I don't remember
You're a
you being on
philosopher, maybe.
NPCs.
No, I'm a much more attractive version.
So, hi guys, welcome our guest today. This is Oliver.
Hi.
He's new to NPCs.
That
That's
would work
okay.
if you went on the first one we did.
That just really displays the capacity of your own memory.
Yeah, and this is what happens when Olivia tries to improv.
Yeah.
This is what happens when Olivia has a horrible short-term memory.
Yeah, just there's no consistency or no continuity. It's just thrown out.
The first thing I said on this recording was, I'm not funny. So...
Anyway, welcome to
You didn't say
NPCs.
it.
Anyway, welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei, reviewing episode 111. Is it 111 or 112?
3.
3. Welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei.
111.
I don't fucking know. Welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei, reviewing Critical Role episode 3, as there was no week this week. There was no show this week.
There was no week
shut
this week.
Fuck off! I knew you were going to call me up on that because Matt Mercer was sick. So we'd like to just dedicate this to Matt Mercer and hope you have a speedy recovery.
Let's not dedicate it because this is not going so far. And I think
If it's good, at the end, maybe.
if you laugh, then we'll dedicate it to
Yeah.
Matt Mercer. If you don't laugh and just find it cringy,
Yeah.
we'll leave the dedication.
Essentially, leave comments below whether we should dedicate this episode or go back through our content and decide one of those older ones that's actually better to dedicate.
Or not dedicate any of them.
Yeah.
Until we reach that point that we're proud of
Yeah.
the episodes we've done.
Maybe wait until we're proud of our content.
Well, that's a good idea, Olivia.
Just kidding. I'm proud of all of our content.
This is our artist, for those of you who don't know. He
Yes.
does all the artwork on the D20 Multiverse. And Olivia
And the
three of
logo.
us. Yes.
And the logo that you probably see on our channel.
Yeah, that's all her. So anyway, we've been talking for 20 minutes and we haven't gotten to the episode. Episode 3.
Yes.
So this is your third ever Critical Role that you've
Yes.
seen. Fantastic. So we've got new eyes looking at this one, which is good.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Just to actually follow up on a question we had in number 2, or what level they are, they're level 9.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So they've been playing for a year before
Yeah.
they started Critical Role.
Yeah, I mean,
Year and a half.
I think they were playing for like 2 years, but they were so sporadically. Like, if you probably like joined it all up, it was probably about 6 months.
So
That's if you did week after week kind of thing.
Yeah, so there's cool things that we noticed in this episode as Critical Role veterans.
Yeah.
The rudimentary set, the lower quality microphones and stuff, which is just nice, humble beginnings, all that kind of thing.
And it makes us feel a little bit better.
About our own
About
streams.
Actually, this episode, seeing Matt Mercer pull out the player's handbook to look something up, I was just so validated. Like, it's okay when we do it.
Yeah, but essentially we have 2 plans of strategy when we don't know something. First and foremost, turn to Raymond. Be like, what's the role? Because it's this. Or
Remember that one time when Raymond wasn't there and
We
we're
were-
turned to Raymond's empty seat and we're just like, oh crap.
well, what's
I think
going on?
there was a solid half hour of that stream that was just us looking in the player's handbook.
Because Raymond was not there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have an expert on the team. But there was also I think this is the first week they opened up donations,
Yes.
and so that's why they got pizza, and then they got too much pizza,
Yeah.
and then
That's
they
so
had to
much
stop.
pizza.
And someone was like, we should order more food, and the guy behind the camera was like, don't order more food.
We should have, okay, from now on we're gonna have the donation. You can give us food on stream
Yeah,
if you
Yes,
want.
yeah, that sounds
please.
good.
You don't have to, but it would be nice.
Also, back in these episodes, they had the chat room displayed on the overlay, but
I
they
don't
can't
like
do that
it.
now because it's.
See, I don't like it.
Is it distracting or?
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit because that's why we have considered doing that.
We
on
have
our
talked about it,
streams.
yeah.
But I find it kind of some people can be dicks on stream.
Yeah.
In the chat,
Yeah.
and I think it might take away from some
Yeah,
of it.
I mean you got the old Nightbot thing filtering out the bad words, but it doesn't filter out definitions.
Yeah, and
It should.
especially how we're a low quality production, we can't actually have someone sitting in chat kind of making sure it's alright.
There's no algorithm for being a dick.
On Blackwood tonight's there's me,
Yeah.
but
But
on
you were
Liza
playing
Mercer there
Liza,
isn't.
Yeah, so it was a wonderfully retro episode. Although for you, it's
It's
high
brand
tech.
new.
Yeah.
Everything seems
So we'll
exciting.
go through the episode. So the episode starts with them dealing with Grog being no intelligence and
Yeah.
unconscious.
Yes.
And then they
My favourite thing when
Stop
Grog
walking.
was unconscious was Scanlan going, quick, draw a dick on his face. Because we've all been to
you
that
notice
party.
the humour's a lot more crude
It
in
is,
the
yeah.
earlier versions than it is now. That's one thing that I picked up. It was just like especially Sam. He was just more unhinged.
Scanlan is so pure.
Yeah, it was so great.
And we have
He's my
also,
idol.
it's episode 3, so up until episode 27, we also have Tiberius,
Yeah.
the Dragonborn sorcerer.
I think we'll talk about it if we ever get to that episode reveal.
Yeah,
Actually
of course.
down there.
Yeah.
He was a dick this episode. but we'll get to that later.
Okay. So basically, Grog's unconscious and they're kind of trying to figure out what to do.
Is it Vex who gives him a little...
Yes.
And then it doesn't work at all. And I don't know why they thought it would.
But it was really cute. He's actually, I noticed that he was actually unconscious and unable to speak and do anything in character for 30 whole minutes on this episode. Yeah. He's just sitting there.
And it's only a 2-hour, 30-minute episode. Again, it's a short episode.
Yeah, the original episodes were a lot shorter.
I think they had some sort of technical difficulty, so they just cut it short. Yeah. I think this time.
Yeah. Well, also they changed the time slot Critical Role fell into over time.
Yeah.
And when they moved to Alpha, they changed it again.
Yeah.
So I think it's just because the particular time, because they had different Geek and Sundry shows on.
Yeah.
But as Critical Role kind of grew in popularity and being the main focus of the channel, they changed the time slot and made it longer, and they adapted to the demand.
And I imagine they probably will pour a bit more money into it as well once they realise how popular it was.
I think once they started opening up donations, they started realising...
I love, because back in these episodes, I don't think we've seen one yet, in 1, 2 or 3, but Christmas, where they open all the gifts that they've gotten at the end of each episode, which is fantastic, but then they got to a point where it was like, well, we
too much.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool seeing the early days, because this was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. It was a while ago.
So Grog is unconscious and they're all trying to wake him, obviously. And
they still have that prisoner, the grey prisoner.
The female Duergar.
And then, Adem, maybe you can help us out, help me out with this one. At some point around about there, they pull out the idol of Pike, which is like a little doll of Pike that has, like, can communicate with... I don't know what that is, really. But
so
Adem will know.
I think it feels like a workaround they developed because Ashley wasn't there.
Not there a lot.
And we still haven't seen Ashley yet.
No, in 3 episodes. She's there as on the the list of people.
Yeah, she hasn't been shown on one of the episodes yet.
Yeah, I still don't know who she is or what she looks like or how she plays.
She's very similar to you. But like the likeable version.
Oh!
So which part of me is she like then?
Oh.
Yeah, self-burn.
She can't see the sun because of all the shade.
Huh? She's blonde. Is that the only similarity?
Well, she's a cleric. She plays a cleric in the game, and you play a cleric in the game.
True.
And you're both innocent kind of characters.
True.
And a bit naive sometimes.
True.
And the only difference is really she's likeable.
For those of you who have watched Eyes of Elisia, none of this will be new to you, but if you want to explain the relationship between Olivia and Dave, or Maple and Stefan, go over to 2020 Multiverse and check out Eyes of Elisia for hours and hours of this kind of thing. Well,
if you like watching two people fight incessantly...
In character.
Whilst 6 other people sit around getting just more and more annoyed.
I don't call it fighting. I call it in-character banter.
Banter.
Yes.
As in, one time you wrote down in your notebook, I'm going to kill Maple.
Because you threatened to sleep with my
Anyway!
It's going to happen. I'm sorry.
Let's not get into the depths of the despair that causes this whole kind of thing.
It's fun. Okay, we'll say it right now because we never say anything. We mean it in a very light, fun
absolutely
way. We don't actually hate each other.
Yeah.
Because we do it so much. I was just trying to have a moment. Whatever. Anyway, so they have the prisoner who is a bald female dwarf, and they decide to not torture it because it's got 1 hit point, but to
Vex threatens or intimidates, it would be.
Intimidates, and then Percy fires a gun and cauterizes the wound
as the gunshot echoes through,
and it hurts a lot. So they got more information about what's going on, and basically they have some kind of demon thing that's been commanding them.
And this is the episode where they discover the name of the main villain.
Yes.
Kavorn.
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful name, by the way, Matthew Mercer.
Kavorn. Yeah. So basically,
doesn't look like corn.
I don't actually write. This is the first episode ever I haven't written any notes.
This is this weird flip and reversal where I've got notes and I'm prepared and Dave doesn't.
I was packaging jerky. So
it's got other things going.
Yeah.
Link to Dave's
the
jerky.
The question I have is how did they get Grog back to normal? Because I forgot that.
I should have it written down. But I've just got I love Pike question.
I'm pretty
sure. Oh, it was a ritual. It was a ritual.
There we go. Yeah, I knew they did some healing thing, but I couldn't remember.
And then they find out. Yep.
Oh, I just assumed that they healed him and that fixed it.
No, I think he was.
Oh no! Wait! Didn't Keyleth use Greater Restoration?
No, that she tried. She tried at the end of the last episode to do Greater Restoration, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So they had to do something a little bit more trickier to get it back.
Yeah.
So basically, that they learned that the brain thing kind of saps intelligence and kind of makes you unconscious. So they plan to stay.
No. This was the intellect devourer. The mind flayer comes later.
That was a test, and you just passed.
That's a lie.
I know.
The intellect devourer, as far as I know, sucks out intellect, whereas the mind flayer actually eats brains.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
So bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting over here with all my notes.
Yeah. All your notes, but
all you know, it's just like intellect eater question mark.
Actually, at one point...
No, because that wasn't the last episode of Intellect Devour, so we'll give them that. But basically, they work out and start... This is probably the first time we really see Vox Machina be really stealthy and kind of plan.
Yes.
So...
this was so cool.
So they got Vex and Vex to kind of go ahead and kind of suss out what's going on, and I think Scanlan goes with them?
Yeah. So they arrive at this bridge area, and they can see beyond them almost a shanty town of makeshift tents and areas, and they just like I was like awed by this.
Camp.
Yeah, they immediately go into like full planning mode. Vex and Vax go on the magic carpet with Scanlan, and they decide that they're going to scope out the area while the others stay behind, and they do all this cool planning.
And then they see, while they're doing the scouting, they see the Mind Flayer or the Illithid. In World of Warcraft, they're called the Lost Ones, aren't they? Yeah, the weird.
Yeah, so this is your first chance to see the mind of Vox Machina as they discuss. There's the bridge that they think will be a perfect way to eliminate some of these people. So they talk about baiting them, Vax baiting them onto the bridge and then cutting it, and then they talk about creating noises and illusions, and then I think was it Keyleth that has illusionary terrain, and she was like, "Oh, what I can
hallucinatory
do,
terrain, I think.
illusion. We'll see. Adim
terrain.
Thank you. He's just our go-to guy, Adim. He's just out there doing this. Checking the comments. And then eventually they decide to create what looks like terrain about a couple of feet beyond the edge, so that when they run, they fall. And
exactly. So basically, they're going to force. I think the decision was, because I was kind of like scanning on this of just like, what are we doing again? Kind of just trying to ask that.
So many ideas flying at once.
Yeah. So Tiberius had this deck of illusions, and he was going to bring out a card. But with the deck of illusions, you can't really predict what was actually going to come out. So it could be a massive dragon, could be a little creature, could be Ollie pouring coffee, it could be...
I'm trying to keep like a lid on while I pour it. So I'm keeping it on with my
I like he doesn't do this before. Like, we're prepared, we've got our coffees here.
Oh, I ran out of coffee. Keep going, it's fine.
Anyway, so they have the decks, and so Tiberius is going to use the deck to cause a creature to appear and hopefully make them run towards the bridge.
But he actually pulls 3 cards in the end.
Yeah, he pulls 3 cards.
And I think Keyleth, when she was using hallucinatory terrain...
It's illusory.
I don't know.
Let's just call it illusion terrain, because we can't...
Keyleth does the magic ground spell.
Yeah.
And also, because there's an exit towards the other side of the cave, she also makes it look like there's been a collapse, I think, so that they can't run towards that.
Yeah, because that was one concern there.
Yeah. So they kind of covered every possible base.
Yeah.
And then let all hell go loose. It's very interesting.
And then the episode ends.
Yeah. Well, essentially,
does
there's more.
Yeah, there's way more after that.
Oh, I thought that they just planned for ages and then were about to execute it.
No. Did someone only watch half the episode?
So Vex, who falls unconscious, loses their magic carpet, and the party freaks out because that's their favourite magical item, essentially. We're not sure where they got that, Adim, but because that was pre-stream, but it's one of their favourite magical artifacts. We also had the great catchphrase, "Come on, Von Rollo," which I thought should be a recurring thing. That's just a good thing to say to Percy. And we had that cool moment where I think it was Vax and Vex, or Vax and Percy were like, "Vox Machina, Vox Machina, for Vox Machina."
Well, this is only the 3rd episode they're actually using the term Vox Machina, because they used to call the shits.
But then they couldn't use that.
Yeah, they couldn't use that on the stream, so that they call themselves. So I think that's why they say it, and every time they say it with a bit of irony.
But this was some classic D&D stuff here. This was puzzle solving. This was bridges. This was camps. This was underground. This was introducing big enemy. This was this was like real classical, like 5th ed.
As far as I know, I think everything kind of just like went to plan.
Yeah.
That whole scenario, as cool as it was a lot to kind of like take in. I remember I watched it about 3 times because I was like, wait, what's going on? But I think it all kind of went to plan, except for the losing of the magic carpet.
Yeah. Well, they did find the guy who described the fact that the mind flayer, the creature, has infected the hive mind, and he himself is going to work with Vox Machina to free the mind of all these creatures.
Wasn't that way later?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. We're kind of going for the gist of it, you know, because when we're talking about battles, when we talk about something that goes to plan, there's not much more you can really describe of that. I mean, it went to plan.
Well, I had a question. Tiberius, when they realised the magic carpet was like kind of like down this crevasse, Tiberius was like, "Oh, I'll just fly and get it." How does he know how to fly?
He's
sorcerer.
Oh, I don't know anything about D&D either.
He's a dragonborn sorcerer.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just can fly?
I think he just has the spell, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can't just have every spell in the book. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you have a set amount of spells, and that was the one it is.
Yeah.
So after that they meet Clarota, who becomes an ally.
I thought this was a really cool moment between Vex and Keyleth when... Please control yourself. I thought it was really interesting how they were all kind of like arguing over what they were going to do and then called to a vote, and then Vex and Keyleth were like, fuck that, and just took the magic carpet and went up to this kind of like weird tunnel where they met.
Yeah, Clarota.
I just called him Tentacle Man.
Yeah, or Tentacle Man.
But I thought that was really interesting how they just decided against it.
You don't see that nowadays as well.
Yeah,
like in the recent episode Critical Role, they kind of always do things. Maybe it's because the stakes are a bit higher, but they were kind of just like, yeah, we'll just do what I want, and I think that shows the growth of the game and the team.
Yeah.
Of course, the funny thing about this moment was while Vex and Keyleth were off doing their thing on Magic Carpet, everyone else was going, well, that's definitely not going to work.
And then Tiberius went up and just stole the magic carpet as well, thinking that it would just be like a jokey joke time, and then they found Tentacle Man, and everyone was like,
I think it also gives props to Matt Mercer of rewarding the team for planning and doing everything right, without him going, oh, I wanted them to actually fight them, but I'm actually going to let them have this moment and get a reward from doing something really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is something to notice at the end, is rewarding your players when they do something smart.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the moment.
Hey.
I know exactly what Dave's about to say, and yes, you planned that excellently.
Thank you.
You did good.
Because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So
Dave loves taking credit for that whole moment.
It's because I don't have a lot of them, alright? I need to have those moments and just because I remember there was a time before this happened. The joke was, oh, Dave fucked it up again.
Yeah, Dave was kind of the hound of the group.
Yeah, and then I do this amazing plan.
Okay.
And get out of there, and no one can make that joke again.
So the issue was, right, it wasn't that you couldn't plan or you couldn't do a plan effectively. It was that every time we came up against a fucking enemy, you'd be like, you know what's good? Annoying this guy until he attacks us. Eh?
Stumpy.
I'm a man of my words, not my fists. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a patient.
Yeah, and your words almost got us killed multiple times.
I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm just saying that's my strategy.
And if you want to see more of this banter, head over to the Eyes of Elisia, one of our D&D games on this channel, the D20 Multiverse.
Yeah. But basically, back to Critical Role episode 3. I think this it's so interesting seeing what they were 2 years ago and what they are now, and then not just from a cosmetic point of view. You don't know.
I nodded and then I was like, I don't know.
Not from a cosmetic point of view, just the stream growth point of view, and also just the team and the D&D growth. Yeah. Because the voices as well, the character voices. Yeah, Grog obviously, Travis has always used that voice, but you know how they had the intro at the beginning? Oh, at the break. At the break.
Yeah.
The
original one with just the monologues?
Yeah, the monologues, and then it goes back to the players, and they're not using those voices yet. Because Vex uses her voice a lot more. And
Keyleth does not, but she does later on.
Yeah, she does later on, and it's kind of funny to hear those voices already, but for them not to use it until later. Yeah, I think the role play really strengthens around about episode 20. I think that's when we get some really heavy, real emotional moments. Yeah, I think they start warming. It's like our games as well. We don't let those moments happen, but then we start recognizing when the moments can happen. Yeah. And I think that just comes with time, and I think that's a good evolution of the game. Is that the games that we're having, and the games that Vox Machina are having, even though they're completely different scales in terms of everything, But it's interesting to see they're going through the same kind of arc of growth.
Yeah,
you know?
And I'm sure if you're a DM or a player out there, you've seen the way that groups can gel and grow and evolve. And that is the episode in short. And thank you, Maple, aka Olivia.
Thank you.
Aka Kate, for coming along and helping us out with this episode of NPCs of
Kate, are you
Tal'Dorei.
still doing the Kate thing?
I might as well.
Still a bit.
Yeah, it's still... It
I
wasn't funny. It's never been funny.
It was never funny.
I haven't written any new material, so I'm just rehashing the old stuff. If you want to see more of us,
Don't do improv.
if you want to see,
Didn't you just participate in an improv competition?
Yeah.
maybe just behind the screen. Improv is all scripted. We don't make any of it up. We plan it all.
Oh, it's a bit of a tosser.
Yeah. So.
But like, if improv is scripted, like, how bad is your script writing?
No, that is such a burn. Burn!
Maybe you can edit this one, Maple.
Is this coffee bitter or is it you?
So if you want to see more of this high caliber quality,
We're not allowed to burn Ollie.
because I can kill them. Anyway, Dave, that's your phone. So unprofessional. I mean, we set this up. We get a guest star.
Who's the guest? Oh, fuck. I'm not really a guest star at this point.
Anyway, if you want to see more of these two bickering, go to Eyes of Elisia on the D20
There's
Multiverse,
a ton of it.
and you can watch them do it in character in the games that I
And
run.
make sure you like and subscribe to our channel because
Yeah.
it really helps us out because there's one person that seems to download every single
Yeah, who is that?
NPCs.
Who's
Don't
watching
know.
this?
I don't think they even watch it. They would definitely wouldn't be watching it by this point.
If you are watching and you're the person that downvotes everything,
It would
I
just
hope-
encourage them to do it more.
I hope your Tamagotchi dies.
Tamagotchis don't
Well, I
exist
don't
anymore.
know relative modern.
I hope whoever it is
Apparently,
having a
Ollie
good
was
day.
born in the 80s, but
I was born in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I forget you guys are ancient.
We've been rambling.
We're gonna
far
end
too
this
long.
up.
Let's just wrap this. Okay, D20 Multiverse, go check out our other stuff. We've got Twitch, where we live stream 2 games a week. We've got iTunes, which we do the GM's Journey, a podcast with some really cool names all throughout New Zealand and other places as well that we get together. Don't forget to check out Facebook, the D20 Multiverse, and
all the
and
links
Twitter.
are down below.
Yeah.
Just
Just go down there.
You probably also didn't hear that.
bye. There we
I
go.
hate you guys.